Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast. I am your host, Rashida McFerrin, and today we are talking about how failures are just opportunities in disguise. But first, you know what I want you to do. I want you to head over to rashida.ai and grab your freebie to get started on your millionaire journey. Then I want you to come back over here and grab some tips that's going to keep you in action in regards to turning your failures into opportunities. We all know that life is going to life, right? Life is going to happen. So, what happens when those opportunities that you thought were going to bring inflow into your business turns into a failure? In other words, you had a deal that didn't go through and then it doesn't happen. Are you prepared and in a position where you can take on the risk of the fact that it might not go through? So, a lot of times, small business owners aren't. And so, today we're going to talk about 3 actionable tips that you can use to turn your failure into an opportunity. So, it's always a mindset thing, right? So, number 1, we want to fail forward. I think I did an episode on this sometime early last year about failing forward and how we can take our setbacks and turn them into set ups. A lot of times, we usually can't see the forest for the trees when we're going through something that's challenging in that moment, right? Like, all you can think about is the fact that you're mad that something ain't going your way, and then it continues to fall apart. And then by the time you've basically thrown your hands up in the air, you're like, hey, it's going to do what it's going to do. Right. And so I've been in situations where I've been stressed to the umpteenth degree and my cortisol levels have been through the roof because something is not going the way I expected. And then I had additional expectations attached to the deal because of maybe the relationship that I had with the other party. And so it's not just your business losing a deal, it's also you losing something in regards to a relationship or a business contact that you had for however many years. Specifically, I had a situation come up a few months ago where I was doing a deal with a longtime mentor, someone I had looked up to for a very long time. And I'm talking about from probably like my teen years. I had always held this person in high esteem, and they approached me wanting to utilize my services for some specific things that they needed some consulting and or advisory on. And I agreed to enter into the deal, but when I sent over contracts attached to my fee, the person backpedaled and then backed out. And what's funny about it is that the individual has always tooted their horn on how rich they are, meaning the fact that they're 7, 8-figure earners and how much money they got. But when I sent over contracts, like the business aspect of it, because I am a professional, that's how I do business. And then when I sent over my fee, all of a sudden, there were all of these excuses as to, I'm not even sure if I want to do this. I didn't realize your fee was this much. They approached me from an angle of, yeah, before you get upset, number 1, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not sure what you thought you were entering into in regards to doing a deal with me, but every deal that I do as far as advisory service is concerned, whether it's real estate, whether it's consulting, it's a 5-figure at minimum fee attached to that. I'm not sure, maybe they thought that I was going to give them some type of special treatment because I had known them for so long. When it comes to business, business is business. You put up or shut up. And if you can't put up, then you need to get out of my ecosphere and stop wasting my energy and my time so I can make room for the clients that can come in and can pay. The deal didn't happen initially as it was scheduled to happen. And then I just made the decision and choice not to work with that individual at all because I saw how they were operating and trying to manipulate me and trying to treat me like I was a little kid or something. Yeah, no, that's not what you're getting. You are very much mistaken if you think that I am not a grown up with 18 years of financial advisory experience in risk management and alternative investments behind me. Like, it is actually an insult what that individual is trying to offer me for a fee. And so I just ultimately decided not to do the deal because it was so many other factors that were tied into it And I want to say to preserve the relationship, but at this point, there is no preserving in regards to the relationship because there was already questionable character based on some additional business dealings the individual had with someone else that I cared closely about that did not go well. I just made the choice to move on and to replace that deal with something else. So you got to decide when something doesn't go your way, how you're going to respond to it and how you're going to move forward in regards to handling the situation and not letting it impact you. So, number two, we're going to hustle smarter and not harder. And I don't even want to use the word hustle. I have grown away from this concept of participating in hustle culture because hustle culture lands you in a hospital under surgery somewhere. Trust you me, I've had my share of medical issues, and this is America. I get it. We are taught initially that you have to hustle hard and push yourself and do all this stuff to get ahead. But what I'm learning in regards to doing business and finding flow in life is that you don't always have to push yourself to the max in order to get a result. Do you have to show up in a professional manner that presents excellence in a result? Absolutely. But you don't have to put yourself and your body through the intense amount of stress that it doesn't necessarily even require in order for you to accomplish a goal. That's unnecessary. I don't know where that concept came from, but like I said, for the past 2.5 to 3 years, I have been divorcing the concept of participating in hustle culture. Now, please don't get it twisted. I still compete, but do I have to do so at the expense of my health? Yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not. That being said, we're going to work smarter. How about that? Number two is we're going to work smarter. And we're just going to remove the hustle part from the equation altogether. Number three, you want to cultivate mental resilience in regards to your bounce back routine. How you going to set yourself up for a comeback? If that was a big deal that was supposed to go through, what are you going to do to bounce back? And one of the things that I'm realizing in regards to doing deals is that I should be aiming way higher and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So, in the meantime, what are some bigger moves that I can make in regards to striking deals that are going to be way more beneficial for my company instead of me just making these little deals here and there? We're going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out some strategic moves on how to make larger opportunities manifest in our world. That's going to impact our bottom line. And that's it. It's a quick episode today. Failures are just opportunities in disguise. We want to apply these 3 quick actionable tips, which are 1, you want to fail forward and reframe your mindset in order to do that from opportunities that are lost. Number 2, we're going to work smarter, period. And then number 3, we're going to build a routine that has a strong bounce back component in it so that we can land on our feet again. If you enjoyed what you've heard today, please head over to Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or Amazon and leave us a 5-star review and share this episode with someone that you know. As I mentioned at the beginning of my episode, head over to Rashida.ai and download your freebie, which is your Manifest the Millions guide to starting your millionaire journey. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.